podcast is a member of WildGamesProductions.com and D20Radio.com. Original.
Yoinks! And away!
Basic.
Yoinks! And away!
First edition.
Yoinks! And away!
And then...
I says, Pigpen, this here's a rubber duck, and I'm about to put the hammer down.
Welcome to THACO, the best damn AD&D second edition podcast ever.
Guys, get axe.
I
swear. I don't know how I can stand it around here. Hi, folks. THACO's Hammer number 48. And we've got some treats for you tonight, I think. This is DM Glen. We also have DM Corey with us.
I've been Chlortho, Keymaster of Gozer.
Here we go. And DM Brian.
Okay, so she's a dog.
And special guest star from Save or Die, Mr. DM Mike.
Oi.
That's
And
about all
Taco.
we get out of him. Yeah, Taco.
Taco.
Yes, folks, we've been pulling Ghostbusters quotes for like the last 10 minutes.
More or less.
And Mike started it.
Yeah.
I don't know what you mean.
Of course not.
I disbelieve. Anyway.
I love it. All right, so let's go into hits and crits.
What are you doing tonight? I don't know. What are you doing tonight? The burlesque, Louie's Paradise, miserable and lonely and stupid. What am I, crazy or something? I got something good here. What am I hanging around with you guys for?
Hits and crits. Hits and crits. See what I did there? I started the show real fast.
How about that?
Before anyone else could get a comment in.
Yep.
Tangent.
Right,
This is amusing because I'm usually the one on Save or Die trying to get past Glenn making the comments. So.
Yeah, shoes on the other foot, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, I want to say something. I'll shut up. Right, what have you been doing? What have you been doing
No,
again
save it
this
from Save or Die.
Yeah. I haven't been doing too much. Been reading the Volo's guides to the various territories in the realms. Speaking of that, I really wanted. Now I'm getting an itch to do the Forgotten Realms show, which we've been promising people for like a year.
And promising me for a year.
Yes, I know, Corey. I know. You'll have a chance to shine. I promise.
Why don't we just turn it into a whole new podcast? The Forgotten Realms show.
Because I don't want to go past second edition with it.
Yeah, exactly.
What they did with third edition.
Spellfire was bad enough. Now I got to deal with some blue tattoos. No, forget it. I don't want to do that. No,
Hey, be careful. I might put you guys through Azure Bonds.
That's fine with me. I'm just talking about the new way they're doing magic in 4th edition with the blue swirly tattoos that everybody gets. Now they're all mutants, and it's I'm messing with it. Anyways, go ahead. Continue.
Okay, well, you've been talking, Corey. What you been doing this week?
Still world building, still working on my world. I still got the 2 campaigns I'm running that I merged into one massive campaign, and now both sides know that they're fighting with the they've been played against the Tenari and the Batezu, so now they're trying to fight both sides off. It's kind of funny.
With that.
Yeah, especially now that they found a small sect of slods that they have to deal with since they're working mercenary for both sides. Yeah, they're like, oh, so they're giant Gripply. No problem, we can handle this. Hey, wait a minute, they have psionic powers. Hey, where'd those 2 come from? Hey, wait, where'd those 4 come from? What's going on here?
Yeah, things get really nasty and really messy when the slot are involved. That is for sure.
Yeah. That and working on my comic company. Started the foundation for the comic company and been working on that too. So creation.
You got I hear you got a blog for that company too.
Yes, I do. monitorcomics.blogspot.com. Small blog spot since we're going to be kicking out the print on demand issue 0 for the whole universe so people can get it on the ground floor. Looking for writers, looking for artists. Anybody out there who's interested, send me an email.
Right on. Mike, what's up? What you been doing?
Well, college started this week, so I've been spending the weeks dealing with annoying freshmen who can't read a frickin' syllabus, but I won't go there.
Mike, why don't you get some of them in like D&D game? It might improve their studies.
No, I don't think it would. We are restarting the 2E campaign this Saturday that Liz and I and Meade killed at the end of last month. So we're restarting with new characters at first level.
What happened? If I'm
we were playing this adventure called Evil Tides.
I have that.
And apparently at the point where the Sahugin get the statue and we're supposed to get on the ghost ship, we all said, screw this, we're underpowered, and just left and went back to our city in the Highmoor.
Wow. Going to be
it was great because the DM was just like, are you sure? I mean, you don't know what they're doing. Yeah, well, we're underpowered for this, so see you later. Well, then the leech god comes up and goes, oh, okay, that's great. Elminster can handle it.
Yeah. If
farmer, F this, swords to plowshares.
Yeah.
Just gonna go kill things on the Highmoor. That's more our speed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'd rather deal with, 1,000 trolls than deal with this thing, because, we're facing certain death here.
If you got rats in your hayloft, we're your men.
Well, we were all name level. I mean, but there was only like 3 of us and this goofy fish cleric who was with us. So it's like, I don't think we're gonna keep doing this.
Did he work for Scale? Oh, sorry.
Oh.
But
ancient comedy master, ching.
I seriously need to buy a mixing board. There was a drop right there.
At least I didn't ask if his name was Gil.
Oh no.
He's having a wet dream again.
Oh.
Oh.
Glad to see you. Don't just do that at Save or Die, Glenn.
Oh yeah.
Oh no. He being the host, he has to kind of slow down, but every once in a while give you a nice little shot right to the kidneys.
Oh yeah. The ring
guy of wild games.
Yep. Coming out of the corner. And
yep.
What have I been doing? Well, I haven't been doing not a whole lot. I've just been kind of chilling. We put the game on hold for this week, the basic game, because it's coming up Labor Day, so we got family stuff to do. Went to Half Price Books today. I didn't find a whole lot, but I got a little minor gold. I actually found 3 copies, and I got these for 80 cents a piece. 3 copies of Polyhedron.
Oh, cool.
Cool. And Dragon number 148. You know which one that is, Corey.
Wait, 148.
It's the one after 147.
Not the one with the freaking mushrooms.
No, that's the one with... No, I'm talking Dragon, not Dungeon.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
That's the one with the deck of many things in there.
Oh, yes, that's the one with the cards you can cut out.
It had the deck of it. It had it.
That's right. You can actually cut out the deck of many things off of the hard cardstock.
Wow, it hadn't been removed. That's
not been removed. It was still there. It was intact.
That's awesome.
That's surprising.
I actually took mine to work and used the paper cutter, and then I cut them all out on the paper cutter, and then took them over to the laminating station where they do everybody's name tags. So all mine are now laminated.
Wow. Your dedication, Corey, is admirable.
Yes.
That's just crazy. I like it.
But that's about. And then I've been working on an adventure, and that's about it.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's nothing wrong with that.
Well, I've got the name of it. That's about it.
Well, that's usually a good place to start.
Yeah, I want to call it The Steadying of the Swilled Giant Chief.
Okay. Somebody is enjoying reversing words.
Well, every time I saw that module, I go, The Steadying of the Hill Giant Chief. So what's the matter? Is he falling over? I didn't know what a steading was.
Really? Yeah. Wow. Okay. I'll
that was my first module, and I basically found it out because, I bought it and read. And it's like, okay, so that's what a steading is.
I found out too, but I was like, the steading. It's like, well, let's say, is he old? Is he drunk? What?
Oh boy. Wow.
We'll see where it goes. Anyway.
So this is for Toon, right?
No.
Might as well be.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Will be. We got any emails?
Yeah, we got emails.
Well, before we do emails, can I do a quick shout-out to the awesome English teachers down in Miami area. My sister came to home one time recently and sent me a phone call and said, "You know those books that you have ad nauseum in your gaming room at your house?" I said, "Yeah." She goes, "I came into school, my teacher told me that we're playing something called Dungeons and Dragons, and I have to be a halfling." She goes, "What's a Hamlet?" And a tear came to my eyes. I just wanted to tell everybody who's still keeping the second edition and first edition Dream alive, I want to thank the teacher down there who's trying to, increase the amount of fans of Dungeons and Dragons. That's awesome. My sister's like, "How do I play this game?" And I'm like, "I'm going to
sure to check out the Moat House."
Yeah. I sent her some dice. I was all proud, so I just want to give a shout-out real quick to the teacher. Thank you very much for getting my sister involved. Now she knows what's going on, but yeah, that's it. Go ahead. Email time.
Yeah, agreed.
Right on.
That's very, very, very funny. Okay. I got a email here from Lance Allred.
Hi, Lance. Lay it on us.
Okay, says, "Hi, guys. Background. My story is perhaps similar to many you've heard before. I got into D&D in the early 80s with the basic and expert stuff, then graduated to 1E. Yeah, that's how I did it. I played through a long 1E campaign with my teenage friends through the 80s, but as we moved through high school, things like sports and girls started to take up more time, and our adventures fizzled." Yeah, that's pretty much what happens. Later, after college...
Some of us.
Yeah, some of us, yeah.
Some people. Mm-hmm.
Well, and some of us actually learned to balance the two, but I will stop right there.
I learned to mix them. Anyway,
exactly. Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah, if you want to be happy, if you're a gamer, marry a female gamer. You trust me, you'll be happy in the end.
Or at least find a girl in college that doesn't mind you rolling D20s off her naked body. Anyways, continue the email.
I could really say something, but I won't. Later, after college, I had a renewed interest in gaming. I wasn't living at home, so I didn't have access to my old books, so I went to the bookstore and bought a bunch of new stuff, not realizing this wasn't quite what I'd grown up on. Fortunately, since it had been so long since I'd done AD&D, and because 2E isn't so far removed from 1E, yeah, see, it's not just us, folks. This is someone else saying it.
It's a completely different game. No, really.
Really?
Anyway.
Well, that's what I heard, anyway.
This is Mike's catchphrase. Go on.
Yeah, exactly. And because 2E isn't so far removed from 1E, I didn't have much trouble catching on and adjusting to this updated system and enjoyed plenty of adventures with new friends using 2E. I've invested considerable time and money into 2E, and I consider that my native and default system.
Yay.
This is me apologizing. Not apologizing, applauding. God.
I was wondering when you got the seals.
Yeah. Anyway, I've dabbled with 3E, but it hasn't caught on for me, and I've not even bothered with 4E or now 5E. Anyhow, I'm writing because I was wondering if you all would spend some time commenting on the 2E module, Labyrinth of Madness. It was created to celebrate the 20th anniversary of TSR, and the theme of 20 comes up a lot, including the ideal level for PCs, as the intro notes. The average party should be at least 15th level. Even characters at 20th level or higher will find this adventure a challenge. I ask because I'd like to actually run it. However, my friends and I don't have 20th level PCs, and we were just going to do some pre-generated stuff. But while it's easy to figure out spells and hit points, say, for a 15th level magic user, one question I'm not sure how to answer is magic. The module advises that each character should have a fair assortment of magic items, but what does that mean at levels 15 or 20? Oh boy, this is one hell of a question. I've tried to look through published 2E high-level modules to get a sense of what one might expect, but it's difficult. I assume, for example, that all my fighter types will have magic swords or bows or whatever, but how powerful should they be? A simple +5 longsword or some unique weapon?
A simple +5 longsword?
I know. Isn't that kind of funny?
That's the medieval Walmart. You just go down and buy the +5 longsword. As long as you're of a sufficient level, yeah, they're on the rack. You just pick whichever one you like. depends.
But if you buy 3, you get 1 free. So, I mean, it's a deal.
Oh man. And you
Walmart next to the shotguns.
Exactly. Or the chain guns, anyway, or the PPCs for that matter. Then there were questions about armor, miscellaneous magic items, and stuff like potions, and how many potions of extra healing might we expect. I'm really interested in putting this together, so I thought I'd ask you all. Keep up the good work with the podcast, and I look forward to hearing your suggestions. Best, Lance. Okay.
All right, now, go ahead.
Okay, I'll start.
Do me a favor and summarize the question for those listening and those on the as a host who didn't catch the full question. So summarize that question for me.
He's basically asking how many magic items should a character between levels 15 and 20 have, and how powerful should they be?
Okay, good.
That's what he's asking.
Okay, go ahead, start.
Okay. With me, I wouldn't have a problem just using one magic item per level at that point, even though I have characters in the range of 13 to 20 that have probably close to 20 magic items all told.
Whoa.
Yeah. Well,
that's including disposables like potions and other things like that, and things that they're not actually using in combat, like the folding boat or something like that. You're just talking all items all together, correct?
Correct.
Okay, no problem. Go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, an established character in a campaign that you've been playing in for 10 years, you're going to have way more than one per level. That's just my whole thing. And as far as power goes, just using the charts in the DMG would be fine, just to determine, plus whatever armor or weapons and things like that. I would suggest creating the characters first, and completely creating them first, then going with your magic items rather than trying to do it all at once.
Right.
That way, you'll have some items that will be geared towards your particular character. If you really want to go crazy, although I wouldn't suggest it, look in the back of Volume 4 of the Encyclopedia Magica and go from there. But that would be completely wide open to everything that's available, and a lot of it is artifact level stuff, which you don't want.
Hey, Mike. Have you had any characters up around that level?
Not for a while. In fact, this campaign that just sort of ended, my fighter was 11th level, and that's the highest I've gotten in a while.
Oh, okay. I was wondering if you had... Good.
Well, actually, I've ran into that problem that he's talking about, and you guys will have to correct me for 2E, but I know in Basic and 1E it was standard in a lot of modules that they would provide pre-gens. Did that not continue on in 2E, or...
It did. For some modules it did.
Okay, because he seems to imply that there weren't any pre-gens with...
Well, you know what? I have Labyrinth of Madness. I'm going to grab it while you guys talk. I'll be right back.
Oh, okay. Anyway, I did up an article for Footprints over at Dragon's Foot that dealt with rolling up basically high-level characters, and I generally use that system because I never liked the original one in the first edition DM's guide that Gygax wrote, because, I mean, I'm sorry, the way if you look at any of the pre-gens and the modules, they are far more powerful than the ones you would roll up out of the back of the DMG.
Oh, yeah. They're almost trying to say, it's almost like they're saying, you need these to get through it.
Yeah, and you use the system in the back. Okay, you're 14th level, you have a +2 axe and +1 small shield. That's it. Yeah, sure. Yeah, my fighter got 14th level with a +2 axe and a +1 small shield. Right.
It could happen. Not very likely.
Only if that character never touches dead bodies, never touches any loot that's been in a dirty cave, and only loots stuff and gets treasure off of things that are shiny and have lights coming off of them. That's the only way he would only have those 2 items. I'm not touching that dead body. I know it. Yes. I know it looks like a guy full of backpack full of magic items. I'm not touching that dead body.
Yeah, and there could be, ships with 5 decks too, but it's highly unlikely. Yeah. But anyway, I'd say like 1 per level would be good. by that time.
Yeah, but then
Delicious.
my only concern I would have then is magic items aren't all equal. I mean, you can have a luck stone, and you can have a deck of many things, or a +5 Holy Avenger. They're not quite the same thing,
A couple of ion stones, you should be fine.
Yeah, you really want a challenge? Yeah, go through a module like that with just regular, normal weapons.
Yeah.
But,
you use 3 ion stones if you're going to face Ditka, but I would say for the rest of the team, you need about 5.
Yeah, the Bears.
The Bears.
For me, to answer his question, I used to do it where I would take a high-level module or a high-level campaign book, and I would go through and write down all the treasure in the entire book that could possibly be found. In the front of the book, it would say for 4 to 8 characters of level blah, 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 divide it by the mean average of that 4 to 8, and however many pieces will be divided into, that's how many pieces a character of that level should have by TSR standards. Before I did that, I was a very Monty Hall DM. This is Corey's confession time, because Brian hasn't done one in a long time, so I figured I'll do one now. I used to be a Monty Hall DM because I'd look through books and the DM's guide, or I'd look through the Encyclopedia Magic, like, that'd be awesome for a character. All right, I'm putting it in here to see what happens. And I would just randomly give them, I'd give them large amounts of magic items, and I pull back because I found my characters going, it's another magic item, throw it in the backpack, I'm never touching it. And they never would use it. So when they started to see no magic items showing up, now they started going, hey, Corey, that was a great adventure, but how about some magic items? I'm like, how about you start using them?
Yeah.
So I need another sword for my golf bag.
Yeah,
of magic
I literally had a guy make a paladin make a golf bag, and he had 4 swords in there, and I'm like, okay, this is ridiculous. I'm done. I got to do something to fix this.
Looks like a 5-iron.
Yeah.
So my new thing, what I do is every 5 levels the character has, I take a D6, and they have to get to the 5th level to get the next D6. And then they would roll that. And then out of those rolls, whatever their total is of their D6s, that's what we hit the Encyclopedia Magic D1000 roll chart.
Yep.
And we would go through.
You know what, Mike? You know what this be good for? What would be good for this? Our last SOD show, Swords and Wizardry.
I was just thinking of that.
The treasure swap outs.
Yeah, the treasure hoard rules. Instead of the XP of all the monsters of a level, you could just use the XPs required for that level of character and use that as the baseline for the rolls.
Yeah. What I did was I told him, okay, you rolled 3d6s because you're level 15, and you have 10 magic items you can have at level 15. That's awesome. So you got a sword on one of those rolls. It's a +1 sword. Well, I want a +4 sword. It gets rid of 4 of your rolls.
Hey, that makes sense.
That'll work.
Yeah.
That's how I do it. We're like, hey, let's do a high level campaign tonight. We want to do level 15. Cool, everybody grab 3d6. That's how many magic items you got. I want +3 axe. 3 of your rolls are gone. And they're like, that's cool. That's how I do high level magic items, Mr.
Lance.
I was thinking of his last name. He had red in it.
I would advise you check out the Sword and Wizardry treasure tables, Corey, and Lance too, because that would be easily adaptable to TUI and what you're doing.
And the core rules are free, so it's not like it cost him anything to get the PDF.
That's very true.
So there's my plug for the show. So,
but yeah, while you guys were talking, I was reading through the PDF I have of Labyrinth of Madness, and no, there are no pre-gens in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, he's kind of stuck. But,
yeah.
I mean, there are various ways to do it, and the thing is that you have to. The problem is, of course, is giving out enough magic items to make it a challenge without making it easy. And but Corey's system seems to work pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That'll work. What else we got for emails?
Okay,
thank you, Lance. By the way, thank you.
That goes in the archive. Okay. Ooh, that's a long one.
That round archive I got next to my desk, you mean?
No. You have a circular file?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
File 13.
Okay. This is a short and sweet one. It's from James Cook.
Hi, James.
This is from, we know him. We know that.
He gives us a nice compliment on Facebook. I like him.
Yes, he complimented us very well. He says, just listen to Splatbook 41, very entertaining. The snipe hunt segment on the Basilisk brought back many fond memories of my younger days. As a party I was once a member of kept a Basilisk as a pet watch beast. God, there's a Pern reference. Form of intimidation. When they got tired of it, they adopted it in a Rumbarax, then a Rust Monster. I'm like, oh, wow. Keep the Rust Monster out of the armory, please.
But he's hungry.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, well let's go feed him some iron spikes that we used in the last dungeon. I look forward to a Snipe Hunt segment on the Arumbarax in a future edition, unless there was one in a past edition I missed. Keep up the good work, guys. Thanks and regards, DM Jim Cook.
Thank you, Jim. Boy, that was nice. Thank you.
I believe that's in the show notes. I think Corey wrote that down a long time ago.
You know
yes, I did.
Correct me if I'm wrong about a Basilisk. I didn't know this until we ran into one in my basic game.
What's that?
Basilisks turn to stone by biting you?
That's the greater ones.
Okay. Greater Basilisk.
I guess he was using, because I kept saying, don't look. He says, no, you can look. These guys bite you and turn you.
No, they do both.
I was going to say cockatrices have to touch, but
that's it. It was a cockatrice, but it's like
okay.
Bite.
Yeah, those are always fun.
Okay, my mistake.
That's medieval fried chicken right there.
Good for you too.
We got any more, Brian?
Yeah. Give me one moment here. That goes to the archive.
Let's do one more.
Okay. Yeah, this one's fairly easy. Okay, he said, hey, guy, this is from Alexander Ferdness. And he says, hey, guys, I'm still working through your previous episodes. I'm on 40 as of May 23rd. But I had a question. You mentioned that priests can cast spells up to 3rd level on Faith alone. I was hoping you guys could tell me where this rule comes from. I believe it was mentioned in the Ravenloft episode, although it had been mentioned earlier. Thanks, DM Tux.
Thanks, Alex. I think we made it up.
No,
actually.
Yeah, we were just BSing you.
No, it's. I think
it dates from 1E.
I was going to say it goes back a ways.
Yeah. I think it's from the deities and demigods. I think.
Yeah, I think that's the first place where I saw it, so that's probably the earliest reference I can think.
So they can cast level 1 through 3 priest spells on Faith alone.
Correct.
Meaning they don't need their holy symbol, or what do you mean by faith alone?
Without the god's intercession.
If they're somehow, cut away from their god.
Oh, okay. That confused me. All right.
Or it could just be, a primitive faith of a deity, or they worship him by another name, and even though it's by another name, it's still that deity.
Divine magic's getting from that deity, yeah.
Exactly.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Not in my world. Anyways.
You mean when they're cut off, they're cut off?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So no spells.
Then again, for people who actually want to play a priest correctly in my campaign, I actually keep a DM-only known faith points system.
Good idea.
The player.
Well, they know it now.
The DM comes, or the player comes to me every morning. He's like, my character's going to go ahead out in the sunrise and pray. He's going to do his holy rituals. Sorry, guys, I can't take watch today because I have to pray and study my spells, and I have some stuff to do. Hey, by the way, think what time of the year is it's autumn. Okay, well, I have to do the holiday for my god or whatever. It's a holy day. I have to do this. That kind of stuff gets you faith points for me. So, yeah, when you are actually, that's when the DM's like, or the god's like, well, I don't think I want to give you this spell, but... yeah, I've been pretty faithful. All right, we'll let this one pass. And then you get your spell.
So players in Corey's games, it pays to be anal.
Yep.
Yep.
Just a note.
Yep. Apparently so.
Only because for my clerics, I've played way too many clerics and have been delegated to I am the Band-Aid for the warrior, or I am
mobile aid station.
Yeah, and I
medic.
I absolutely hate that. I want a priest character because it seems like in my groups that everybody's like, I'm the fighter, I'm the barbarian, I'm the ranger, I'm the thief. I guess I'll be the cleric. I don't want that because I hate that feeling.
Yeah,
I want people to be like, dude, I want to be the cleric because you got the power of the god coming down in a funnel into your hand. You know what I mean? That should be the first class grab, dude. I want to be a priest.
That's why I like playing clerics in basic. You don't get any spells at first level, so you get in there and mix it up.
Yeah, you have to prove yourself.
Well, because of the diversity of the gods, because I cut my teeth on Forgotten Realms, thank you, Mr. Greenwood, I am in favor of multiple gods and deities, so depending on the god, depends on your role in that party. Sorry, I pray to the god of thievery. I ain't got no heal spells for you, bro. Sorry.
Or at the very least, if you want healing spells, you're going to have to pay out the nose for them.
Yep. Or it adds to the role playing for me, my perspective, simply because, all right, well, I pray to the god of fire. Okay, I have a fetish for branding my skin.
Wow.
Okay. Cool. That's deity. That's piety points for me. You get faith points. Cool. Keep it going. And it's not anal. I think it adds to the role play.
I'm never playing a priest of Lavatar in your game. Ever.
Oh, come on.
No.
Stinky goths.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pray to my god. What are you doing? Throw myself down these stone stairs over and
No, that's Ilmater.
Ilmater.
Yeah,
that's Ilmater. They certainly would do that.
So it's like Leviatar cleric, would heal 3 points and do 2 at the same time, so you're really only getting 1.
Yep.
Yeah.
You've been a very bad boy.
Yeah. I gotta go pray to Lavatar now. What are you doing? Flogging myself?
Yep. I priest of war. The priest of war that I had in my party, the one player, he was fantastic. He's the archetype that I actually made the template for the specialty priest of the god of war. He will not heal anybody unless they're currently in battle. If you come to him after the battle, if he didn't see you fighting, you don't get a heal.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Somebody just mugged me in the alley. Well, I didn't see it, so sorry.
Exactly. Sucks to be you.
Yep. If I didn't see it, you're out of luck, son.
Yep. Mm-hmm. But anyways, yeah.
Anyway, thank you, Alex.
Alex for the email.
And those are the emails. You want to email us, thacoshammer@gmail.com, or we got a phone number.
That is
405-806-0555.
Right on. So
couldn't have said it any better myself.
So let's go into Rule 0.
One would think you've been doing this all your life.
We'll remember you said that.
I know. I'm sure you hate me just enough.
Rule 0.
Rule 0, PC Alignment Part 3. How do you do it? I dare you. Tell us.
Yeah. Changing alignment. What happens next?
For DMs. Are you changing alignment or just running alignment?
When a character changed alignment either willfully or through force of circumstance. Sort of like what Full On was talking about last episode.
Ah, I see.
Like when Paladins barbecue children.
Yeah, when Paladins get psychopathic in the wrong way.
But my god, it's a god of barbecue.
But you can't barbecue in a...
I put that beep on everything.
I pray to the almighty Frank the Red Hot.
Wow. Oh, my
That's
goodness.
awesome.
All right, well done, Mike. Well done. You're fitting in just wonderfully.
Oh, good, I think.
But anyway, okay, just to bring everyone up to speed, we are doing a 3-part segment on this in Rule 0. The first part was how do you play it as a player. Second part is how do you run it as a DM. Now, the third part is that we'll probably have to handle this in two things, but either a character changes alignment through willful acts or through a force of circumstance. Okay, what happens next? How do you deal with it?
Look to the guy next to you, Corey.
What?
How do you deal with it?
Oh. As a player or as a DM?
As a DM.
As a DM, I have a pretty good idea, but go ahead.
I will keep tally notes next to my notes behind the screen as far as people watching their alignment, because I actually have 3x5 cards. in one of those sleeve protectors hanging on the back of my screen with everybody's info on it, so I know everybody's alignment. So when I see people just goofing off and not actually role-playing the character, and they're like, screw it, I'm going to push the blind dude down the stairs, that's not going to go over well with me as a DM.
Yeah, me neither.
And what I'll do is I'll start keeping notes, and when the alignment gets changed, everybody leaves their character sheets here at my house because we play here. So they don't realize that I have all week to go into their character sheet and change their alignment on their character sheet.
Yeah, Chase does that.
Many people come over and they're like, "Yeah, that's what?" They look at me and I'm like,
"What happened? Huh? What?"
Nope. And I look right at them and nod slowly, and they're like, "What?" I'm like, shrug at them. So then they start thinking more about what's going on with their character, and often they'll see that maybe prices might change if they're going towards the more evil side. They go to get some, I don't know, they go to get water blessed at a church, or they go to maybe get some healing, or even, a regeneration to get their arm reattached. Sorry, we're not touching you.
Yeah.
And because psionics are important in my world, and checking alignment can be done via auras in psionics, you will get turned away at different places if it goes too far. I won't come right out at the table and tell the player, yeah, by the way, you're now chaotic neutral. I'm just letting you know this because you're acting like a jerk. But eventually they'll be like, they will come to me at the end of the game like, why are you being such a jerk to me? But my group uses a different word. And anyways, I'm like, hey, look at your alignment. And they're like, what do you mean? It's lawful Wait, what?
What?
I'm like, look what you've been doing lately. And I start rattling off what they're doing. I'm like, oh yeah.
Do you cost them a level?
If they continue down the path and they don't make the righteous choice and the actual choice to revert back to where they're going, and they're like, screw it, I don't mind being chaotic neutral. I'm going to pee in the beer. Then, they'll start losing a level.
Okay.
There's definitely penalties to it beyond just the roleplay aspect, because it's hard to buy something from a church when you've changed your alignment down to, like, lawful evil, and, you're going to a neutral good God's church, and you're not getting heal spells for your own cleric that's dead.
Yeah.
And it gets worse with paladins.
Well, they just become fighters. That's all.
That's true.
Although...
No more healing, the force runs away,
Yeah.
Children throw fruit and bad vegetables at them when they come into town. Other fighters kick out their chair when they go to sit down at the bar, joking. They insult them. They're less than a paid cavalier, rich, snobby white boy, because not only do they not earn, or they don't deserve the armor and the weapons that they're wielding, they've shown that they're God, that they're worthless. So, everybody picks on a fallen paladin in my world.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. As far as me, see, it's one thing. If a player is just being a jerk without a reason, to me, that's more of a player issue, and I'll handle that a little differently. Now, if he starts running his character a little differently, and he explains to me why, I'll be like, okay, I'm good with that, but you realize, of course, that, your 7th level fighter who needs 64,000 experience points to go up to level 8 now needs 128,000. Because that's the rule. That's the rule I will use. I won't cost them a level. It will just take them twice as many XP to go up to the next level, which is almost as bad. Because their companions will start outstripping them, because they're playing, or their characters are. They're keeping true to the vision that they have of their characters, and, it's like I said in the last episode, I understand if a guy is having a bad day and he's playing his character like a jerk because that's the only way he can express his anger. I understand it. I won't tolerate it for long. I'd rather just say, dude, if you're going to be like this, go home. You're ruining everybody else's fun.
Everybody gets a
come back
bad
next
night,
week.
Yeah.
What about you, Mike? How do you handle alignment changes like that?
Well, voluntary ones. Usually it's one of those, I'll give them hints like, so what was the alignment of your character again? You sure you want to do that? And if they do, then boom. Remove the level, and since I don't allow any evil PCs in my game, then it becomes, well, if you're basically becoming evil, the character becomes an NPC.
Yeah,
you're going to have to roll up another one. Yeah.
Give me your character.
I don't allow evils. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. And then you make that character a thorn in the side of the PCs for a very long time.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly.
I know how it's done.
As the guy playing the ranger looks over at the newly created cleric and goes, I'm so glad we gave the barbarian the ring of rage.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Now, why should we have given him the +5 shield again? Yeah, okay, well.
Yeah, it kind of happens that way.
Yeah.
But, you know.
Fortunately, I don't run into that much anymore. 9 times out of 10, when there's an alignment change, it's usually involuntary by a curse or something.
Yeah, or oh, God, I'm just thinking about what Full-On said last week about, you know, if you want to do this, then go out and find a helm of opposite alignment and put it on. You know, I mean, I'm just of the opinion that, you know, if that happens, okay, then that becomes, you know, whatever the mission the players are on or whatever adventure they're on, that becomes somewhat secondary to, oh, Bob is really being a jerk since he put that helmet on. We need to fix this. You know, okay, and then they just kind of get together in a huddle after a fight and be like, okay, Ragnar, you're the big, strong fighter. You're going to tackle him, and you're going to hold him down. And Edwina, you're the mage. You're going to we're going to use a remove curse or whatever we need, or dispel magic or whatever we need to do, and we're going to get that helmet off him, and we're going to change him back to the guy we all know and love. And
this isn't a betrayal. Yeah. It's an intervention.
Yeah, exactly.
That's right.
Intervention D&D style. Exactly.
Fezzik, jog his memory. I think I jogged him too hard.
I pretty much handle it. I mean, if there's a willing change of alignment, like Brian said, and if they want to give me a reason for whatever reason, okay, fine, it's going to happen. I'm going to be looking in the book though to see what happens, especially if you're a paladin.
Yeah.
What happens if this happens? I'm pretty laissez-faire when it comes to alignment.
Yeah.
Because it's got to be pretty blatant.
Wait, you're French when it comes to alignment?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's got to be like, say the lawful, like the lawful good cleric stabs the widow in the back. That's pretty blatant. Yeah. Okay. Fine. You're changing alignment whether you like it or not.
And of course paladins and clerics who do the alignment change are going to get even more crap on them than just
without a doubt.
They are.
Yeah.
And I remember I had this one friend that I used to play D&D and such with back in San Jose. Hi, Dano. That no matter what character it was, you can guarantee he'll play him chaotic neutral. No matter what it said on the sheet, just because he was that kind of guy.
Yeah, I've met those type before.
He's one. I mean, he doesn't hurt, and he causes a lot. He gets a lot of laughs around the table, and he doesn't do anything really screw us up. But it's just he's one of those wacky guys that imbue that on every character they play.
The goofball character.
Yeah, he is playing the goofball, but it never hurt the game, so I didn't mind it. It says, okay, what are your lawful good? Okay, he's chaotic neutral, fine. So I would just let him. I would not let him play a paladin, but although I probably should have, that would have been interesting. That's the guy who got the intelligence sword, and the sword never forgave him for naming the sword Blunderbutt.
Oh my goodness! Yeah, and it's like I've tried to do it twice already, as introduced as a segment, but there is a little thing that has been floating around the internet for the last 10 years about the different kinds of player personalities.
Oh yeah, the one like the real gamer.
The real gamer, the goofball, the role player. See, now I'm going to have to go find it, but it's one of those things where, it all depends on, it's not so much the character at that point, it's what the player's doing with the character, and if they're just doing it just to screw around and be more or less comedy relief when relief isn't necessary, it's like, look, I know what you're trying to do, and on one level I appreciate it, but on the same level you're kind of screwing with the game.
Yeah, but see, this guy, like I said, he was the goofball just because he was a Robin Williams type. But
Robin Williams on coke. Let's be.
Another
doing a lot of
by the
cocaine.
Wow.
When the chips were down, he was there though.
Right.
The fight started. He pulled his weight. He pulled his end. He didn't try to screw anything in the story or anything like that. It's just that's the way he was.
As opposed to the, hey, we've got a portable hole now. Where's that bag of holding? Whee!
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Hold that portable hole up. I'm going to hold this bag in front of me and run at it.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait a minute, bag of devouring.
I know some people like that, and I know they're gamers, and it's like, they're a friend, think they're great, but I'm not going to have them in my game.
Yeah, I have a lot of friends like that.
Yeah,
I got more laughs. I got more laughs off of him though. We played a Call of Cthulhu game where they had to infiltrate a secret cult, and he played an anarchist, and I was in there too, and we were in the secret cult, and they were going to initiate us. So they put us in robes, and they blindfolded us. I was the DM, the GM, and I was playing the NPC, and I said, all of a sudden, it's dark, because they put the blindfold off. He goes, I turn on my flashlight. It took me 10 minutes to stop laughing when he said that.
Wow.
It was one of those, he had to be there because the way he said it and stuff. But he'd do stuff like that all the time. Mm-hmm. Half the games were laughing.
Yeah, I would just, the moment you said Call of Cthulhu, I would have said, no, you're not playing in this game. No, you're not. Sorry.
I love you like a brother, but I'll see you next Wednesday. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I got a couple guys in my group that they have hard jobs. One of the guys is a security guard at or used to be a security guard at a power plant. So they're high stress jobs, and when they come to play D&D, it's for them to release, and relax and hang out with their buddies. Right. Last thing I want to do is throw a high drama, high stress situation where I'm forcing them to play their lawful, neutral, militant watchman. The guards, the city watch player.
Oh, okay.
They want to goof off a little bit. They want to have some fun, and it's just not watchmen as in.
Yeah, I know. Anytime I hear that word, that's exactly where I go. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, but no, I and a lot of the guys want to be goofy and want to, and then I have another guy who's kind of like the guy that you were talking about, Glenn. Like they'll be in a giant battle in the middle of like a room in a dungeon, and they'll be right beside another room which was an armory for whatever. And he walked in, grabbed 2 spears off the wall, was out of combat, just casually walked into the room, looked at the 2 spears, hefted them, walked back into the edge of the foray, and as everybody was fighting, he threw them on the floor.
Wow.
He prayed to the god of chaos.
Mm-hmm.
He literally was role playing it, but like I'm like, dude, you're hurting your own party members by doing that too. And he was just like, yeah, but I want to see what will happen.
Yeah.
And it's hard for me to differentiate between the guy just being a troll or him actually role playing.
I'm
the game.
just playing my character.
Yeah, and God, I hate when people do that, by the way.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah. It's just one of those things that just really gets my goes at DM because, you know what, I just might just say in a fit of pique, I'd say, no, you're not. You're just doing this just to, get attention and just do it just mess with the game because it makes you laugh.
Many a night I've had people who are just like, you know what, screw this. I'm going to burn down that house. That's an orphanage. I don't care. Are you sure? You're part of the city watch. Yeah, no, I don't care. Okay, go right ahead. Really? Yeah, go ahead, roll. Okay, cool. You got your lantern lit? You got a fire building? Cool. Go ahead and... He's like, all right, I'm going to light it up. Cool. All right, where are you going? Well, I'm going to run away. I said, okay, as you run down the hallway, it's getting a little misty. It's purple. Awesome. I said, can I have your character sheet? He's like, why? I said, give me your character sheet. And I hung it on the wall, on my wall of dead. And he's like, what's that about? I said, when we play Ravenloft, you can play this character again. You can either re-roll or you can go home. Everybody knows I am not afraid of killing characters or sending them to where they belong if they start going evil or just decide to play off their, opposite their alignment or whatever. Mm-hmm. I have a small pile of about 7 characters of different people's characters who are currently in Ravenloft. They're all going to show up on a small patch of land in the mist all together and going, who are you? I don't know. The last thing I was doing was burning down an orphanage. Oh, really? I guess I instill fear into my players to make them not want to think it's cool to change it voluntarily. And they know that if something involuntarily changes their alignment, they're still looking over their shoulder because they know something's going to come for me to make them no longer be able to play that character. And if they really love that character, they're going to do everything they can to get back to where they were to keep the game going. Because honestly, changing an alignment of one character can, and I say can, kill the entire campaign because everybody's focused now on this new task.
Yeah.
Oh, it's got a new alignment. We got to do this. What's he going to do? And it stops them from their main goals.
Yeah.
So if I make my characters fear that because to me, behind the screen, it kills the campaign for me. Mm-hmm. Because now everybody, oh, you mean I can change it and I can become evil? What'll happen? No, I want them to go, F that, I'm not doing that. No. Heck no.
Yeah. I'm not doing that. I don't want to end up I don't want to go to Ravenloft.
I want to go to Disneyland. Yeah.
Yeah, one of the guys purposely wanted his character in Ravenloft, so he attacked a lawful good priest, a healing priest that was healing the poor, and he stabbed him for the little bit of money that he had, killed him, wasn't even a thief, was a normal fighter, and I think he was neutral good. He's just like, yeah, I want that money. I need money because I got to buy this suit of armor. Killed the priest for no reason. He's like, I'm going to leave his body there. No, you know what? I'm stripping him naked and I'm keeping his clothes. I was like, okay, cool. As you run around the corner, you see two guys slip into a doorway and they're carrying something heavy. The doorway's lit. There's something beyond there. Oh, I'm going to duck in there, see what's going on. Yeah, okay, welcome to the ethereal plane. You just followed two Gith Yankee into a freaking portal. Enjoy your time in the ethereal. I'll be back to you in a couple months. Take care, Chief. And sat there the whole night grumbling as he re-rolled a new character, and everybody's like, yeah, I'm not doing anything off my alignment. What am I now? So, yeah, make me fear the...
Am I walking the straight and narrow? Good. Nope. Am I okay, Corey? Really? Oh, good. Yeah.
What about you guys out there? How do you do it? You can tell us about it at thacoshammer@gmail.com and a lot of other places. OSRgaming.org, Dragonsfoot.org, Nutkin Land, Strollin' Citadel, Planet AD&D, Circus Maximus, and a bunch of other places, and a host of others. Yep. So, let us waltz over into Loaded for Bear.
Bet you don't have a pair of these, Earthling.
And for the big critters, sometimes you got to bring out the nuclear weaponry.
Loaded for Bear.
Loaded for Bear. Axes. Axes and more axes. The dwarf's friend, other than the hammer.
Are you asking me a question?
Yes. Axes, hand axe, battle axe, great axe, bardiche.
And I missed one. I missed one, actually. It was introduced in the complete book of dwarves, the two-handed axe.
Ah, okay.
Oh, yes.
I didn't know a bardiche was an axe.
Yeah. Yeah, it's basically, it's more for, that's more for piercing armor, I believe.
Here, I'm gonna help Glen. Glen, bardiche is French for poleaxe.
Ah, got it.
There you go.
That's what you use to kill bards.
Wow, he's going into crispy territory. Wow. Oh, I like this.
And
you just keep that up, Mike. I'm liking this.
Just one bardiche is all you need.
Yep.
And in the first printing of the second edition Player's Handbook, you'll find you look on page 68, 69 of the equipment, you'll find them there, except for what Brian said about the two-handed.
Yeah, that's in the complete book of dwarves, but it also made it into the Player's Option Combat and Tactics book.
Okay.
And of course, I have the one that doesn't have page numbers in it, so trust me, folks.
And in Combat and Tactics, you will find the mother of all weapons.
Weapons list, yes.
List, so yeah, it's on there.
Oh yeah, yes, certainly.
Not only does it have the great axe, it has the pretty good axe too.
Yeah. The hand axe is the pretty good axe. The battle axe is that, and the great axe is the two-handed. Yeah.
So the bardiche is the one on the big old long pole.
Yes, that's correct.
You can whack the kobold in the back with.
Yeah.
Yep.
Back party. Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Hold still, you little god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell Liz.
You go ahead.
Oh, that's right. I forgot she likes kobolds. Yeah.
Kobolds are great. I love kobolds, especially with a side of cilantro and a little salt and pepper.
Them's good eating.
Those scaly little dog face guys, yeah.
That's right. Mm-hmm. I'm Korean. I eat dog. It's all good.
Wow. Okay. So
on Korean eat dog, you're saying?
Yep.
Yeah, they do.
Korean. Okay.
Yeah.
Korean.
Yeah.
I'm Scotch Kurt.
No, I thought you were saying Kren.
No,
not on Krin. Korean.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, The Dragons of Dog Meat. I remember that book. Yeah.
Wow. Oh my goodness. But anyway, the way I looked at it is that if you want, the archetype that immediately comes to mind is Gimli. Just from the Lord of the Rings movies. He had throwing axes on him. He had a battle axe on him. That was his thing. Which you or somebody else pointed out said it didn't have an edge on it. No.
Nope.
No, they weren't edged. They were actually blunt, which made it weird. I don't know why, but
is that accurate? Any kind of historical precedent to that, or
I wouldn't know, but to me it looked strange. I could see it if you wanted someone to wield a battle axe who didn't want to draw blood from the deep cutting edge, because every battle axe I've seen, going back to Conan the Destroyer at the end of the movie when he's fighting Dagoth. He took that, he had that big axe. That was more like a two-handed axe. But, of course, he's Conan, so he can wield it one-handed. But
hell, yes, he can.
Yes, he can. But
yeah,
every axe I've seen has had a sharpened edge on it.
What'd you say, Mike?
Well, from a historical perspective, it may be starting in the 14th century.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of arms, like swords, axes, etc. If you knew you were fighting another person in plate armor, generally you didn't put an edge on it.
Yeah, you
did
because
it will just ruin the weapon, and you're really just pounding them with velocity anyway. As a master,
the only thing you're doing is putting a point on it to pierce through joints.
Right, a pierce for stabbing, sure,
right.
But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that was what was behind it. I don't know.
Yeah, that may be. Yeah, and they were going up against Uruk-hai, who were heavily armored anyway, so that makes perfect sense.
My roommate just told me it was because they were too busy running for him to sharpen it.
Well, they spent the first 15 minutes of the movie running.
Exactly.
Oh, very, very well done. But yeah, hand axes is more or less, at least to me, is the adventurer's best friend, because it's a multi-purpose weapon and tool, for that matter. It's good for cutting down light underbrush and things like that. You can throw it at your enemy before he can get close to you, and things of that nature.
You can use two of them to climb a wooden building?
Yeah, you could. Well, you certainly could.
I don't know if they do it in second edition, but it was something that they never did in first or basic. Is that what they call the Frankish axe, or the bearded axe? That's usually like the one-handed that you could throw for short distances.
Mm-hmm.
It was generally also used as an offhand weapon to hook an enemy shield.
Correct.
And yank it down.
Yep.
So did combating tactics or anything like that give any rules for using it that way, or
no?
I think the battle system might have, because that was mainly for like small group skirmishes.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if they actually put that into the combat and tactics. Yeah, the bearded axe denotes the long blade that goes below the actual head of the weapon. That's the quote-unquote the beard of the axe, and that was you were correct. That was used to hook shields and stuff, and they would use that where if it's a battle line, the guy beside you would have a spear or a pole arm, and the guy beside him would have a bearded axe. Pull the guy across from you, shield down, the guy beside you stabs right over the shield.
That's with his spear or bardiche, right, Glenn?
Or bardiche.
Yes, or bardiche. Bearded axe.
And I'm just reading the description in Combat and Tactics, and yeah, exactly. They were talking about the Franks making use of throwing axes.
Mm-hmm.
But from the description here, it says they would form a battle line and halt just short of the enemy and hurl a whole bunch of axes at them before closing the hand-to-hand.
Yep.
The other thing with hand axes is that you can actually ruin your enemy's shield if you do a called shot on it, which actually is a pretty good tactic, really.
Nice.
Yeah, you raise up their armor class.
Yep, exactly. Especially if they got a really good magic shield.
and it doesn't apply in direct combat, but axes, especially those type of axes, are awfully easy to make.
Yes.
Any blacksmith anywhere can crank those out with no problem.
Yes. Yeah, they're one of the simpler weapons in the entire lexicon. I think the only thing that's simpler is a club. When you think about
pretty much.
Yep.
The battle axe. Okay. Now see, this is something that I've seen arguments about on various RPG forums, where they're talking about the single-bladed and the double-bladed axe, and should they be different? No, they're both battle axes. If they're like 4 feet long and they have a long bit with the blade on the end of it, it's a battle axe. And at least to me, I try to keep things simple, of course.
Well, yeah, are you going to attack 2 people at once with the 2 blades? I mean, whether it's 1 or 2 bladed, it should have the same base effect.
Yeah, exactly, Mike. I know players who try to get away with that.
Maybe you can spin it.
Can you two orcs stand a foot apart?
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, you 2 orcs, stand a foot apart. I'm going to run between you, hold my axe flat, all right?
We want to do a sweep with our axe. Stand in circle, blaze.
Yeah, exactly. I would see. Speaking of that, that's something that I'm going to end up bringing back in my game is the old under 1 hit dice rule for a sweep, because that was, to me, that's always fun, just mowing down goblins that are surrounding you.
Doing the Conan thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Or scything through your enemy.
You mean Sauron as he's waving that giant morning star and killing like dozens of elves and humans in one swipe?
Yep.
Yeah.
I used to scream 15, 30, 45 for experience points as I'm waving through.
Yeah, exactly.
You just cut me in on some of that EP action.
Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah, that's a very good example. Just Sauron just scything through and it just scything through men and elves like they're just absolutely nothing.
Yep.
But okay, the 2-handed axe, which was in the Dwarves Handbook, as I've said before.
Now that's the classic battle Warhammer 4th edition D&D anime type axe, right?
No, that would be like 6 or 7 feet long. It'd be more like the Bardiche, but but yeah, this one's like 5 foot, a 5-foot shaft with a heavy blade on the end of it. It's unwieldy because it's slow. Speed factor on it's like 9. Which of course means you'll go like next month in a combat, but you're just getting your axe in position. Yes, I know, Glenn. I heard that grumble.
What was that grumble?
Well, he's not too down with weapon speed.
I didn't know
neither.
I heard you, Glenn.
You know what I want? I want an axe version of that one in that one anime where they put a rocket in the back, and when you swing it, you click the rocket, and it makes it go faster.
Oh my God!
and you roll on that one.
Demon Slayer or something like that. I saw that in anime, and I said, "Yeah, that one." It just keeps going and going and going.
The best is a warrior that throws vials of oil at his opponents before he goes into battle, and his battle axe is made of flint, and he hits their armor.
Yeah, it strikes sparks and sets fires up.
My flint axe.
Kingsford orcs light with just 1 man.
Exactly.
Better than having a bearded axe named Gillette.
Oh, wow.
What? That's your axe? Heck yeah, I made it. What is it called? Gillette. It's the best a man can get.
Yeah. Oh,
and there's really 3 here. They go motion with the shape of the jaw of your enemy. So
see, the first axe lifts the head, and then the
second one lifts the head. The second one separates for the closest shave that you can get, and it just might kill you. And then of course there's the Bardiche, which of course, like Corey said, is preferred for a poleaxe.
And I have my squire behind me with this giant styptic pencil. Anyway.
Yeah, we can't have blood all over the place. Yeah, you cut that guy's head off. We don't want blood gushing all over the place. Yeah, get that styptic pencil in there.
Throw that fire finger in here. We'll cauterize it.
Yeah, big wad of tissue on the stump.
Battle axe in one hand. Battle axe in one hand. Wanda orbs in the other.
Oh, God. I knew that was coming.
Oh, Wanda.
We haven't made it through an episode yet without you mentioning it, Corey.
No, you have made it through many. Glenn has brought it up often, too, for me, and then I just go run with it.
Yeah, Wanda.
You know, Glenn, I think there was a Doctor Who episode that had...
What? Had what?
No. Just kidding.
Oh,
okay.
The standard Doctor Who reference.
Yeah, and if Crispy was here, we get...
Don't do anymore now that Vince isn't there. It's not nearly as much fun.
Why?
There's always... Yeah, there's always...
No, he doesn't like Doctor Who. He hates it.
Why not?
You, Liz, or Doctor Who, Crispy would mention Pokemon, and I would say the RC at least once. So,
and
all things that, yeah, exactly. All things that get is goat.
Hi, Vince.
But anyway, shall we end this segment now?
Wishes he was high. Yeah, I guess we could do that. THACO@gmail.com. And let's move on to Option Package.
My personality undergoes a startling change.
You know, you should meet me because I'm a great guy.
I like big fat men like you. When they fall, they make more noise. And sometimes they never get up.
Option Package.
Option Package. Green Splat Book, HR1, Vikings. The Viking...
Viking campaign source book.
That's right. Buy said book.
It makes you pine for the fjords.
Yeah.
Oh,
God. Well, somebody had to do it, I guess.
I think Vikings, I'm usually getting players either doing that or talking Elizabethan like 4.
I say thee nay! Yeah.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Shakespeare in the Park?
You orcs are funny and tiny.
But this, anyway, we're saying this is Zeb Cook. It was published in 1991.
Correct.
Good book, Zeb.
Watershed year for TSR.
Yeah.
Didn't have very many years left, but it was a watershed year.
They still had another 8 years after this. Another 8 years.
RC came out in 91, so...
Mm-hmm. Yes, it did.
Yeah. And this is
Vince
all
about here. You don't have to mention it.
That's okay. This is all about if you want to run a Viking campaign.
Correct.
Or maybe even put a little Viking flavor into your own campaign.
Yes.
Because there are limitations where people are going, no way, I'm not doing that.
Mm-hmm. Well, you see, with me, because of course I run Mystara, there's a nice little place up there, nice little place in there that's pretty much all Norse anyway.
That's right.
I would use this just to get a little more flavor out of it. The Gazetteer for it is fine, but I need a little bit more, and this source book covers it pretty well.
Yeah, not only that, my campaign world, I have a section to the north that is essentially Rus and Denmark mixed together. So, yeah, this campaign book gave me lots of great ideas for when I fleshed out that country.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, Vikings are so iconic to a D&D type world anyway. I mean...
Oh, yeah.
People are... you're going to have some kind of Vikings running around somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if not in the campaign, a player is going to want to run one at some point.
Yeah.
First thing you do in the introduction is they set you straight on what the Vikings were like. I knew they were a people and a civilization also. The one that hurts the most is Vikings wear horned helmets. Sorry, they never did.
Yeah.
I'm sure a few of them did.
Which is 95% true. Priests occasionally wore helms with horns on it, though they tended to be more, deer or reindeer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Joe
hates not, no.
Okay. I love this. The Vikings are bloodthirsty pagans. Not really bloodthirsty. Well,
it depends what part of the history you're looking at. When they all decided, okay, we conquered everybody, now let's trade back all their crap that we stole from them, then they're not so bloodthirsty.
No, then they become mercenary, exactly.
But there's a lot of stuff, and, if you're used to... Was this the first Green Splat book?
Yes, it was.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this was a bit of a shock to people who are used to the red and the blue ones.
Yes. Right. Oh, it was to me. It certainly was to me.
I never touched these when they initially came out. I didn't want to go anywhere near them. I thought it was bringing too much realism into my D&D campaign worlds. I was working off of the Forgotten Realms world, and I was like, there's no place for Viking of actual Denmark or Rus or, Iceland or any of those areas. I'm like, I don't need any of this. This is historical crap that I don't want to touch. Now that I'm building my own campaign world, these books are a plethora of reference material that can help you not only build your own world like I'm doing, but even a one-off campaign. All right, you guys are all Norsemen in a Viking ship, or, you're Vikings in a Viking ship heading to a new land. Where? You don't know. You're just traveling west. It doesn't have to be Earth.
That's the beauty. You don't need a reason.
Exactly.
No, you don't. And I was pretty much right in lockstep with you when I saw this, Corey. I read maybe the first chapter, and I was just like, you know what? I don't need real world references in my game. There are since I play in pre-generated ones as is, there are enough real world references in them. I don't need something like this. But now,
exactly.
21 years later, I have a completely different view on these.
Oh, yeah. Especially, I'm like, man, I need a good Northman name. Let me look in this book. There's 2 full pages of nothing but names in here.
Yes, exactly.
That's just one small aspect of these books that help you, even character build for somebody else's world,
Mm-hmm.
Great reference.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. A hell of a book. Mm-hmm. Give you a nice history and timeline. Yep. Is it any kind of accurate, Mike?
Yeah. I was pleasantly surprised at how accurate it really was. Mm-hmm. About the only thing I would kind of quibble about is that he seems to divide a little too much, Vikings as raiders or traders or explorers. And they weren't mutually exclusive. A lot of times the Vikings would come to a place, if it looked too tough to take, well, now they're here as traders.
Yep.
If it looks like they could take it, well, now they're here as raiders.
Mm-hmm. Or
if there's nothing at all there, they're explorers.
Yeah, families would get together on boats and go, and look, we found a new land. We're exploring this new land. Cool, let's build homes here. Hey, wait a minute, there's a village over there. Now, we're raiders. Let's go over and take it.
Yeah. Vikings were pragmatists. I mean, that holds true to the... No, I was just going to make this point. It holds true to the people of that region today. They still are like that. They're very adaptable to whatever situation that they're in to make whatever the best they can out of it. I mean, it's almost an art form in a way.
So they're still tough. Look at their cell phones.
Yeah.
Nokias. You can't break those. You can't explain that.
So if they're too tough to conquer, they're traitors. If they are not tough enough to conquer, they're raiders. If they don't have anything they want, they're in Scotland.
Right, and I think they could just...
Hey, easy.
Hey, it says write the book here.
Yeah, Scotland was a tough place to live.
That's why the Romans never took it. I mean, everybody, they couldn't take Scotland. They didn't want it.
They didn't want it, exactly.
The people made bad slaves. There was no ore there worth anything. A bunch of sheep.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. It says their defense was their poverty.
Yeah.
Well, so what did they do? They built a wall.
Yeah.
Keep them out. Leave them for the Danish to come over.
Exactly.
The Danes,
Yeah, the Danes can have them. We don't want them. Anyway.
So it breaks it down on how you can use this in a game. I think that's why he was putting so much emphasis on those things, Mike, because he was looking at it from a gaming standpoint.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Still, I think you would actually do better off with a party on a ship and not pigeonholing them.
Yeah, I agree. I think that the problem is that when they stopped, with the history lesson, and I don't mean that in a bad way this time, because there are a couple other things that I felt that way about.
Right now.
Yeah, exactly.
But even though I'm a history person, even I had to say, I think they went a bit too much into the history in this book.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there was another supplement we reviewed where I had that exact same complaint.
Yeah, you got to understand, though, this is their first foray into this range of books for D&D, so they didn't know when to pull back and say, okay, time for the fantasy versus... I think it needs a little more history. So I think this was like their toe in the water. So I forgive him for this. But,
I think.
What do you say? Full on surprise.
Welcome to the game. Welcome
We're
to
going Viking. It's going to be wonderful.
Not
Bavaria.
Transylvania. Full on Gamer made it, folks.
More sing-song, full on. More sing-song.
Yeah. Well, he did it. He's part Viking. He invaded Sod last time.
Ferdy feed.
He burned the feed, he burned the fur, he burned the skateboard, and he pork.
Anyway, I think you're right. They kind of got, what were you saying about? Oh, I lost the thread.
No, it's
in my head.
Mike was
getting the notion, finding what they could get away with and what they couldn't. They gave a lot of good info there. They got the runes in here. They got some good deck plans. They got, your big halls and barracks and, long ship plans. Anything with deck plans is good.
Yeah,
except if they're 5 decks. Sorry,
what?
Mike. Had to run.
Wait a minute. What did you just say? That just went right over my head.
There was an adventure I played in at North Texas RPG Con. My minor in historical study is nautical history, and this guy is running around with it's supposed to be a medieval caravel, but it's 5 decks.
Oh.
You've got the hold is in the bottom, but the door that leads from the hold is in the 2nd level, but there's 3 more levels on top of it. Like, wow. How did they get anything? What, did they shove it in the portholes?
They did
say what I'm thinking.
They did the fire bucket line down the stairs, and then down the stairs, then down the stairs.
Liz and I had to leave the game after 2 hours because I was just twitching in the corner.
That's the whole thing. But then again, he didn't know he was going to have a professor of said topic there.
Yeah, which is why I didn't want to jump on him too much. But some of it was just plain physics. Like, how are you going to have a hold with 5? It was a wooden dungeon, is really what it was.
Mm-hmm. But yeah,
he had a 5-level wooden dungeon that happened to be a ship.
Mike, this is the catch-all explanation. It's magic.
It's magic.
Hey, it's hard for those pirates to steal your stuff if they don't have a teleporter with them.
Yeah, my explanation is shut up, it's fantasy. That's my explanation.
Oh,
shut
man.
up, it's fantasy.
Yeah.
And you folks thought you'd learn something about this Splat book, didn't you?
Oh, well,
they've got the most important new magical item. Item number the 1st. Bottomless drinking horn. What else do you need to say?
Yeah.
Well, it's got some interesting character concepts in here. First of all, you better be satisfied playing a human.
Yeah, because that's kind of where this starts to lose steam, because you know what? It's 2nd edition AD&D. There is a way. They do kind of sort of go into how to introduce elves and dwarves into it, but the fact
Didn't they kind of have that half troll too?
Yeah, Trollborn. Yeah.
I got a couple comments on that. Page 39 has a picture of what me as a DM and a veteran Dungeons and Dragons player since the 80s looks to me like a dwarf checking out runes on a post.
Yeah.
For them to say, human. No, dude, no. It's not happening. Secondly, if I'm not mistaken, and I did specialize in history, the Dark Elves themselves are from the Nordic lands.
Yeah, Schottenelf.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So,
is that right, Mike?
Yeah.
Yeah,
oh,
okay.
And in fact, technically, the dwarves of Norse mythology are the trolls, really.
Correct.
So technically,
yeah. Well,
I'm hoping Zeb doesn't hear this show.
Yeah, because we are trying to get him on.
He's not. Well, not only that, but we got to see him at the con next year.
I'd like to hear Zeb's take on it. If he's like, "Oh, yeah, I had that in there, but the freaking editor told me to cut it." It's not Zeb's fault. I want to hear what he's. If he's like, "Oh, yeah, dude, that's right. Oh well, booked out now, too late." Then I'll be like, "Okay, cool."
Yeah. Basically,
I mean, the author has to do what the publisher tells him to, regardless of preference.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
Well,
I mean,
put it on Zach.
but I don't want to go, hey, remember me, DM Glenn? Oh, you're the guys who trashed my Splat book.
Nah, he won't do that. He's not that kind of guy, is he?
No, he's not, really.
Yeah, he's a nice guy.
Yeah.
But, anyway, getting back to this, I mean, now they're going into, I'm reading ahead into the monster section, where they're giving their takes on, the Viking takes on D&D characters, which is really interesting.
Monsters, revenants.
Yes.
Hujke, the goblin, Nisse, the brownie.
Mm-hmm.
You stupid, smelly daikini.
There you go.
Out of the way, Peck.
And you know what? Their giants kick butt.
Oh, yeah. That's
They're
where...
great.
Frost and Fire Giants, yeah. Mm-hmm.
No, I mean their versions. I mean this. I'd take this right here and use them instead of the regular TV giants.
Well, you know what? And we will cover this in a future episode. We can also use this along with the Giant Craft supplement for Forgotten Realms.
And I love the Tro. The Tro are some of my favorite giants.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
The sea trolls?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yes.
But the whole thing, the thing is that the whole thing was that the instead of trying to mix together a little bit of history with a little bit, okay, this is how you work it in D&D, I think they just it was separated just a little too much. It was like, okay, to get to this, you must read this and so forth, and then rather than mix it all together and just say, okay, this is what it is, it's like, no, read this first before you go ahead with it. You know?
Yeah, well, they kind of repeated that formula with the Charlemagne book, so these really are historical reference source books for set D&D aside, set Mystara aside, we're not going to Greyhawk, we're not going to the Forgotten Realms. You want to go into the Northland. You want to go into... We're going to go and have us a wonderful time up there with the fjords. There you go.
And eat some lutefisk.
What about my carrot?
He's pining for the fjords.
He's dead.
No, he's pining for the fjords.
But
how many beast levels can I train my reindeer for the attack as a war reindeer?
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Don't mess with Thor's goats.
No. They'll eat you.
Yeah.
And they have wonderful equipment and treasure too.
Yes. Some of the magic items are very, very good. I like them.
Yeah.
Oh, Silk Ensure of Invulnerability is like perfect because any class can wear that, and all of a sudden, Oh, you want to shoot arrows at your mage? No, he can't. They just bounce off him like there's nothing going on. But.
Oh, by the way, folks, if you're going to play in this, no clerics.
No clerics. No mages.
No clerics, and I have not seen. I mean, they say you could. They didn't mention that you couldn't use it, but I don't see a whole lot of healing in here.
No.
Paladins are non-existent also.
Yes, correct. It's fighters, it's rangers, it's berserkers. Speaking of berserkers, this version of the berserker beats the complete Fire's Handbook version.
Oh, yeah.
And back.
You can become a cave bear. Of course it beats it.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about the lycanthropes, so you put they're lycanthropes, where you put the bear skin on and become a werebear for a night.
The berserker gang.
Yeah.
I do like how they got rid of some of the magic using and replaced it with the runecasters.
Yeah. Their version of the runecaster is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Interesting? Good or bad?
Well, it's probably the best you could get away with in a game mechanic for D&D. Because to a large degree, they were scribes or scryers of the future.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, if you're go ahead.
You can only do that so much in a game before, you're basically either railroading your players or,
But you can play a bard.
Yeah.
You can play a bard.
This is one of the places where they got the idea for it.
Yeah.
The Scald, yeah.
The Scalds. Yeah.
This and the Celts.
Just don't go against anybody with a bardish.
Yep.
Yeah, if you're a bard, stay away from that Viking berserk gang with bardish. Because, you will die. Yeah.
No, but
if you're a bard on a steak.
Yep.
But if you're a player like me, and it's like, okay, no clerics, we can't get any of the priests to come with us.
Oh,
okay,
they have the accommodations for them. They do. Their 24 has the accommodations for priests. There's a little bit in there. They even have some accommodations for paladins. It's just that you aren't going to be a Viking and be a paladin. You're going to be a foreigner, an import, somebody who came in from across the sea.
But what I'm saying is, you're going to really fight for that patching up magic.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's mainly because the way this book is written, like he said, you're not in Forgotten Realms, you're not in Mystara, you're in Sweden, you're in Denmark.
Norway, Denmark.
Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, there's no priest around here, there's no god of healing, there's no, gods other than Jesus or, the Viking religions. Yeah.
Oh,
but you're not.
You can either go full on with the Norse mythology from Legends and Lore, which is going to be all over the place.
Yeah.
Or you can go with, dip into your Charlemagne book and pull out what they have there for the Christian priests. If you want to go historical, if you want to go more supernatural and more D&D feel, stick with the Norse mythology and deities and have priests and have clerical magic. Boom, done.
I understand that. But the point I was trying to make is that automatically makes it more deadly, folks.
Well, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, true.
If you can't get a healing potion to save your life, literally.
Well, Norse culture was pretty black and dour anyway.
Hey, dying in battle was the idea. Why stop that?
But then, of course, you're going to go up to Asgard, where everybody's going to eventually die anyway.
Yeah, and you get to party with all the pretty Valkyries.
There's no really happy ending here.
So during the second week of your boat ride, any guys got any oranges? Nope. Okay, you're all dead of scurvy. Next game, let's do this.
Rolling characters.
Don't get to go to Valhalla for that.
Yeah.
Worst thing you ever hear on a Viking campaign? Man, my tooth hurts. 3 days later, he was dead.
Okay. I think we've assassinated this.
But good reference material that you want to look into if you want to follow along with this campaign, aside from this book, is all your classics. Get yourself a chance to sit down and watch The 13th Warrior.
Yeah.
Get down and watch Beowulf, any version of it.
Eric the Viking.
Yeah.
Eric the Viking. Yeah.
How to Train Your Dragon. Yeah.
Brave, even.
Eaters of the Dead.
Brave wasn't that more Irish?
Yeah, more Irish, but still getting close to that territory.
Okay.
Just to let you know how to treat the magic.
Right.
Glenn, what was the name of that Kirk Douglas and Ernst?
The Vikings.
The Vikings.
Okay,
Kirk Douglas.
God. I think I saw that.
I've got sound clips that I want to use in the show.
Another good one. Pathfinder.
Yes.
Pathfinder was an awesome Viking movie.
Yeah, I agree. I agree completely. Even if it was, mostly a half, one Viking warrior who became, Native American. But,
Clancy Brown was the man.
Yeah. Moon Bloodgood was the best part of that movie, by far.
After I get done here, I'm going to have to watch The Vikings. I got a copy of it on DVD.
Now,
oh, no!
I love it.
This book retailed at the time for $15.
Correct.
And it goes for, I don't know what it goes. I mean, this...
let me find out while you're talking.
Well, I'm talking about half-price book type bookstore prices. You could look on eBay. That's fine.
No, I'm not going to look on eBay.
But in a bookstore, it can go for cheap. It can go for expensive. I saw a complete set of these green splat books, and they were going for like $35 a piece.
Wow.
There's like 12 of them or 10 of them?
8 of them.
8 of them, okay.
Yeah, there's 8.
But it's like, it's overpriced. It's great information. Get it if you can, but...
Well, don't pay more than list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because, it's not worth $40. I'm sorry, it's just not.
Yeah.
But, I mean... It's good information if you have a Norse region and you want to know a little bit more of what life in that region was about, even though it does take directly from history, and Mike did say that it is fairly accurate.
It might help you understand all those people up in, like, Wisconsin.
No. North Dakota. North Dakota.
Yeah,
a lot more Norse up there.
They're going to go over to the church, and,
Wait a minute.
Oh, God, Joe.
But north of us is Oklahoma.
Hey, I got that covered.
And
hey, and you might even get a hankering for a little lutefisk.
Whoa.
Don't look at me, dude. I'm a stranger here.
You're an import.
Yeah, and you want to know what? It is listed at Noble Knight for list price, $15.
Okay, cool. So you can
Amazon has them listed for $5 used to, let's see, what's the top end? Oh, somebody thinks they can sell theirs for $235.92 new. On that same listing, it's $186 used.
Yeah. Unbelievable. Yeah, what are they smoking and not sharing with the rest of the class?
Yeah. Before we gag on these prices anymore, let's go into the snipe hunt.
Snipe hunt time.
If you only had a living brain.
What do you think? Escaped gorilla?
Listen, you're making enough noise to wake up the dead. I don't have to wake him up. He's up.
It's time for a snipe hunt.
Snipe hunt. Lenorm Dragons, which you will find in the Monstrous Compendium Annual 1 and in the Viking Splat book, I found out.
Yes, that is correct. They were, the first time I saw Lenorm Dragons, it was actually in a Dragon magazine, and I cannot remember the number. Now I'm going to have to look it up just for the sake of completion.
Okay.
But that's okay. There's a website for that. There's an app for that.
Yeah. There's a pill for that.
Hey. I'm not that old.
There are 10 versions of the Lenorm Dragon in the Monstrous Compendium Manual Volume 1, starting from the Corpse Terror all the way down to the Midgard. Oh, I'm sorry, the Lenorm Sea Dragon. Yep.
This is like a whole separate dragon category.
Yeah.
Correct.
Basically, this is your Loch Ness Monster Dragon.
Yes.
So these are like unintelligent dragons, or
no, they're quite intelligent.
Okay.
Is this like the Asgard serpent?
The Midgard serpent?
Yes.
Midgard serpent.
Yeah, they actually have stats
great
for that.
worms.
These are wingless and rear legless. Most of them rear legless serpents. Some of them actually have front forearms. Some of them do not. You're looking more snake-like and less lizard-like.
Okay. How do they compare as far as toughness goes to regular 2E dragons?
These are pretty tough.
I'm not talking about Forgotten Realms dragons. That's a whole...
Yeah, we don't...
Yeah, that goes way up there.
That's a whole ball wax. These are very comparable to your quote-unquote regular second edition dragons, where they have a base for a juvenile dragon, and it either goes... The hit dice and abilities either go up or down depending on where they are in the age category. So it's pretty much exactly the same.
I was going to say, do you think maybe that's like an intermediary step between regular D&D dragons and Forgotten Realm dragons?
Looking at the breath weapon damage and the AC, their ages range from 1 through 12, just like the other chromatic dragons, but their level 9s and level 10s are like a level 10 or level 12. So I think they might be a little, like 1 or 2 steps up from the chromatics and the metallics.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree.
You're talking 23 D12 plus 12 damage from a breath weapon. I don't think it gets that high except for like a red dragon.
Or even the Red Lenorm. It's only got 24 D8 plus 12 for a breath weapon, but it's 2 heads to do that, alternating till each head has gone 3 times, so you get double the dip.
That's going to leave a mark.
Or, actually, they changed, and I know this because I've been entering dragon information into my text file, but they took away the 3 times per day. It's every other round now.
That's right.
As many times as they want.
Yep.
Yeah, so that first breath didn't kill you, you wait a couple of minutes.
So, Mike, your DM for that 2E game you were in, what was his name?
Chase.
Does he listen to these?
I don't know. He might.
He should.
I hope not.
Oh, he's Forgotten Realms, though, so...
Yeah, but still,
Well, considering we're starting over at first level, I certainly hope not.
Yeah,
or it's going to be a very quick game.
Yeah.
Majority of them have access to either wizard spells, priest spells, wizard and priest spells, rune casting spells.
Yep.
They will definitely get in your business.
Yeah. And their breath weapons are not like some of the other ones. I mean, one has a paralyzing breath weapon. The other one has a cone of chilling wind. The other one shoots hot ash at you and can cast fire. The other one does acid, like a waxy secreted acid. The other one does ice particles.
Yep.
I mean, I like them. These are great to throw up against somebody. You see a giant blue tinted dragon. Oh, cool! It's a nice dragon. Let's go kill it.
Oh, and not just the standard whatever they get for the leveling up. They also get special abilities, inherent abilities. Mm-hmm. Transport via ice, programmed illusion, transmute metal to ice.
Yes. So these are a step above most of the normal dragons that you're used to. So if you're the DM and your party is going, oh ho hum, another dragon, throw one of these at them.
Oh yeah.
And see how they like it then.
And watch them cry like little girls.
Yes. Weak-willed little children. Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
You have to figure. I mean, these are the dragons that are from the Northern Lands, from the Viking area. So, due to the fact that everybody just looks at a Viking like, okay, that's tougher than the normal fighter, the dragons have to equally be comparative to, you know what I mean? So,
I agree.
I expected these to be tougher than the normal dragons,
Yeah, and if you just happen to be in the deep ocean and you run across the Midgard Lenorm dragon, just run away.
No, just whatever tells your DM.
Yeah,
all right,
exactly.
We're gonna start over. We'll start over
because you're going to be parboiled. That's its breath weapon. It's a spray of boiling water.
I'm turning around. The Tarrasque looks good right now. 20 D20 plus 12 damage, save for half.
Yeah.
20 to 400 plus 12. So
plus 12.
Good luck with that. Yeah, good luck. Yeah,
I totally make that except for that plus 12. That pushed it.
Yeah, that got me. Yeah.
So we're talking, what is it, 32 to 412 damage? Yeah. Good luck with that, Chuck.
That only averages 206.
So, we got that covered easy.
Yeah,
way easy.
Let me go hit Ravenloft. I'll hit what is that, Dragon Mountain, and I'll be right back, and we'll take this bad boy.
Well, is there a way we could go to Dark Sun?
Yeah, right.
That sounds a lot easier than this thing right now. But yeah.
So this kind of got you guys thinking now as DMs. How was I going to say? How do you got any kind of scenarios? I mean, these obviously the BBEGs would be the BBEG of the story.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
And the intelligence, I'm assuming, is at least above average.
Yeah, most of the time it's average, very genius,
very intelligent, genius intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're up in that zone.
Yeah, the lowest is average.
Okay.
Super genius.
Yes. Wily.
So they could so they could have minions and planning and things like that.
You see, while we've been talking about this idea has been germinating in the back of my head. Now, I've already pretty much in the region of Mystara, the name is escaping me right now, but I already have this idea that the Lenorm dragons and certain chromatic dragons are having a nice little war. And, the chromatic dragons are losing because the Lenorm dragons are just that much more powerful than them. And I'm thinking...
They don't have those funky wings that get in the way of getting into the nice deep caves.
Exactly. Yeah,
or slithering your way between huts to a village while you're eating lunch and grazing.
Exactly. Well, yeah, I mean, I just got this little idea for it, but I will be putting this into my core rules, my copy of the core rules, just so that I have it, in a database, so that I can use these whenever I want to.
Fun game, Mike. You want to play?
No.
Going along with what Brian said.
And just in case you thought there was a chance to have an interesting little parlay with them, the Lenormand dragons across the board. Evil, 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 evil,
Yes.
evil, and evil. There's
Yeah.
lawful evil, neutral evil, and chaotic evil. There are no neutrals. There are no goods.
Nope.
The whole spread of them is in the going to eat you for lunch with ketchup category.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
You were talking
No matter what you thought your
so
deal
you're
was.
Glenn?
What's that, Mike?
You were talking about minions earlier, Glenn.
Yes.
The minions of these dragons would be a chromatic dragon.
Oh, God.
Now there you go.
Yeah,
That's the big bad behind the big bad. I like that.
I was going on with Brian's idea. You have a higher level party. You could actually have them meet someone who essentially lets them know, and it's a polymorph gold dragon, and is like, listen, I got a problem. I got a dragon that came into my world that I can't handle. I need somebody who's not a dragon to be able to take this out. I'd like to hire your party to go take this dragon out. And they're like, yeah, no problem. What color is it? There is no color. Wait, what?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with this, so I'm going to need you guys to go handle this for me, okay? Thanks. I'll pay. Yeah.
Exactly.
Not only do you throw a curveball to the players of them as they're walking to the lair, what kind of dragon is it? I don't know.
Yep.
You know,
and they don't know what to prepare for.
Exactly. This turns these level 11, level 12, level 13 long-time veteran players that are like, ho hum, another horde of orcs going, this is a dragon that we don't know what color it is.
Yeah.
Wasn't one of its powers illusion?
Yep.
Yeah.
Many of them do, yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's a white dragon. Because it was white when we saw it. Yeah.
Actually, Brian, you know me. I always got to put a twist on anything. Taking your idea, you could actually have a Lenormand dragon teleport or polymorph to hire the party to take out another Lenormand dragon because he wants his area. Yes. And he's like, hey, we killed a Lenormand dragon. We barely survived. And the other one goes, okay, cool. Now I have lunch. Wait a minute. We got to kill another one?
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Oh, Mike, by the way.
Right.
By the way, Mike, you and Liz are invited into my game anytime.
Thanks. I think I left my dice in my other character. Yeah, that's...
Come on.
Solved by mechanical
Just a dragon that can cast Fireball every 3 rounds.
I'm playing a
Flame Strike
magician.
twice a day.
I'm playing a magician. What's his secondary profession? Herpetologist. He handles lizards. That lizard's too big. I'm leaving. I'm out.
Yeah, time to go. Glenn?
Lord, jeez.
Oh,
Lenormand dragons, don't you love them?
kind of puts that whole I can lycanthrope into a cave bear in perspective, doesn't it?
Doesn't it?
Yeah. You need like a squad of those just to go against this one.
Mm-hmm.
Lord.
Hiding in his bathroom.
Or those really, really awesome named weapons.
Yeah. Those things.
These are the legends those spring from.
Yep.
Like
So you
Blunderbutt, right?
So you have an intelligent sword. What's in it? Okay, I gave a Lenormand dragon that someone put in the sword. He's pretty angry.
Oh my goodness.
He has anger issues.
Yeah. Put him in a magic jar. Oh boy. Yeah. Lenormand dragons. Tell us your stories. THACOshammer@gmail.com or try them out. Yeah, please. And we've got give me the number again.
405-806-0555.
Thank you, sir. And that puts the cap on another splat book.
Yes, it does.
Boy, well,
Be done.
we be done, and that puts the Vikings to bed. I don't even want to think about what I just said.
Yeah.
Say goodbye, Brian.
I just can't even follow that up. See you guys later.
Corey?
Many shelves and Zulus knew what it felt to be roasted in the pits of the floor that day, I can tell you.
I'll bet. Full on, Mr. Late Man.
Woohoo! We're going to get some dragons, yeah!
We don't know the colors.
Live action! Yeah. And thank you very much for coming on, Mike.
Thanks for having me on.
You're always
welcome anytime.
Cool.
Yeah.
Re-arc, everybody.
Okay. And I'm DM Glen saying I'll see you next time when the hammer comes down on THACO's Hammer. Goodbye.
See you.
So, how many Lenormand dragons does it take to screw it? Never mind.
A Viking helmet?
A Viking helmet, yeah. I don't want to be around if they're screwing it a Viking.
you don't know what that's attached to.
THACO's Hammer theme is provided by the Diablo Swing Orchestra. You'll find them on Jamendo.com. All other additional music for this episode was provided by Kevin MacLeod. You'll find more of his music on Incompetech.com. Be sure to visit our website at thacoshammer.info. If you have any questions or comments, email us at thacoshammer@gmail.com. Remember, that's an O, not a 0. You can also find us on the second edition forums at osrgaming.org and at purpleworm.org. Or give us a call and leave us a voicemail at 405-806-0555. See you next time when the hammer comes down on THACO's Hammer.